It's time to get all your Star Wars news in a single file. From Fantha Drax TV, this is Good Morning Tatooine!
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Celebration. It's the final day, and we're live, a crossover show between Fantha Drax's Good Morning Tatooine and our podcast Making Tracks. And delighted to have a very special guest from Skeleton Crew. Delighted to have a very special guest from Skeleton Crew here with us, Kyriana, and who played KB. So
hi guys.
We've got lots to cover on the show today. We're going to be talking about The Mandalorian and Grogu. We're going to be talking about Andor, Ahsoka, Starfighter, which was a big surprise of the weekend. And of course, we'll be discussing everything else about Celebration and chatting about Skeleton Crew as well. So first up, The Mandalorian and Grogu, which was a panel I was lucky enough to go to. We got some special footage there that sadly wasn't available to people at home. I hope many of you got the chance to go to that panel and see that footage. But we've got a little clip here from the panel.
There's some people that work at the parks at Disneyland that decided
because we had the chance as well earlier in the week to go to Disney Park, and we met some little friends as well who came to Celebration, which was the little droids.
Oh my god!
The adorable new BDX droids.
Give it that. No good.
They look quite complex to stand like that.
How's it go? One of them's getting worked on.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. We've got the news as well that Sigourney Weaver's going to be playing, or she appeared as a Rebel pilot on the show as well, in the clips that we saw. So really excited to see more from The Mandalorian and Grogu. Matt, you went to the Andor panel.
Absolutely fantastic. Me personally, Andor's been my favourite of the new shows. Just such a rich series. I've visited nearly all the filming locations in the UK that are physically possible, and Series 2 just looks absolutely fantastic. We were treated to the whole first episode of the new season, and I wish we could all watch it, all in the cinema, all in the best quality sound and visuals. It was just amazing. The crowd just roared all the way through it. So starting very, very soon. Can't wait for more.
Your highlight for you was the Starfighter at the start of the episode, which we can show.
Yes, this crazy. A real fast-paced start to the show, and just amazing. Just fantastic. Really good fun piece, and a weapon like no other.
And what do you want from the second season?
To build on season 1, to learn about characters, to find about characters and realise why they are doing the struggle, see if Mon Mothma gets divorced, and it's just the most wonderful show. I want more of what we had. I know it's only one more season leading us up to where we end up with the characters in Rogue One, but yeah, just seeing the build on it and Tony and his team's writing and creation is just some of the best we've had.
Yeah, absolutely. Really excited to see that drop in Disney Plus this coming week, and we'll all be checking that out, I'm sure. Jonathan, you were at the Ahsoka panel.
I was. Konnichiwa, watashi wa John Des.
Yeah.
Well done.
We've got the news confirmed that Rory McCann's going to be taking over the role of Baylan Skoll.
Yeah, that was quite emotional to watch Dave Filoni because people matter, and in life, and that was always going to be difficult to see that. And you could, with Dave Filoni, you always see how much he cares and the passion that he has, and that was quite delicate to watch that, but I think we're in trusted hands with Rory going forward.
Yeah. We also got the news that Admiral Akbar is going to be back.
It's a trap!
Yes.
Who? Let's just be honest. We wanted Akbar versus Thrawn for the sequel trilogy, so we finally get to have that. That's going to be amazing. I can't wait.
The confirmation of that was fantastic.
Yeah.
Weren't there some weird new creatures we're going to meet as well? Some babies or something?
Yeah, it's all. There was like some loth kittens are going to be in. Dave, I don't know whether you saw, but Dave Filoni joked that he needs to make some cash for Disney somehow, so that will be available. The highlight was the trailer that wasn't a trailer. It was done in the style of the Empire Strikes Back trailer.
Oh, the Ralph McQuarrie one.
Yeah, all the production design, and it was stunning. And then, of course, on that we saw that Zeb will be back in season 2.
Zeb Aurelius.
Yeah, which was fantastic. It was a great panel.
Yeah, we also
I never
heard
dreamed
from
of doing live
Dave as
action
well.
until I
He
worked
talked
with
really
George. I didn't think it
passionately
was something that was
about
obtainable.
working with George and learning
But
from George.
George
Yeah.
changed that by the way he
And
taught,
he also
and
spoke
made
passionately
it
about
become something that was
Ray Stevenson's
perhaps
passing and
obtainable.
how
All I had to
what an
do
impact that had on
was
him.
be
Yeah.
brave enough to try
So
something
that
different,
was
something I'd never
really
done, a
interesting
medium
part of
that
the
I
panel.
didn't know.
Everybody
Out of
has
my
been
regular
talking
thing.
about George a lot this celebration. I found the ILM guys, and again, Dave getting quite emotional, especially on the animation panel, to the point my fiance, she asked, has George Lucas passed away? I said, no, this he has not. But she was talking so passionately and quite rightly so, and the animation panel, don't know whether anybody saw that. That was a highlight for me. It was amazing.
To kick off Celebration, Mark, we also got the surprise news of, well, maybe not a surprise for some, the announcement of Starfighter, a new film coming from Sean Levy, and it's going to be starring Ryan Gosling. And it's going to be out 28th of May, 2027.
Which can't come quickly enough. I can't believe we've only got 50 minutes left, and I can't believe that we're on the third day of Celebration, but I can believe that we've got Starfighter coming. It's a standalone, which I kind of love, and if Disney is smart, which of course they are, it's a backdoor pilot to a series, so it's the whole start of a new thing. We never got Rogue Squadron. This feels like it could be a Rogue Squadron kind of thing. It depends on where they go with it. Ryan Gosling, I think he's really cool, so I'm really pleased that Gosling's involved. And just the way the whole panel rolled out was really good. Really
and
good.
Sean Levy, what a great director.
Well, $1.3 billion for Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
Speaks for itself, so he knows how to...
All made at Pinewood in the UK, near enough.
That's right. So
Same teams, the right people.
Yeah. So it's the right team, exactly that. It's the right team of people to pull a show like this together or a film like this together. So, yeah, and a heck of a good way to kick off, Celebration on the Friday.
Yeah. We didn't hear too much from the panel, but I have got a video clip of them having an interview afterwards.
I had an idea, and I started working with Jonathan Tropper, the screenwriter. But around that time, Ryan and I got to know each other a bit, and thus began some conversations, some dinners, some Zooms, and we started talking about, well, what do we want a Star Wars movie to be? And so it was just this sort of, for me, beautiful experience of baking into this script this guy, who for me is a dream come true in any movie. But my God, Ryan Gosling in a Star Wars movie, I can't imagine anything cooler. And so the script we have is really, it's like a transfusion from both of us. So it's got both our creative blood flowing in the story.
You got really specific there. I was told this was a generic.
Damn it! I know. Okay.
I didn't realize we were getting specific.
At least I warned people that I am the spoiler problem. But
Yeah, he's the spoiler problem.
Yeah.
So we'll find out more before it's out in 2027.
But hopefully not all of it.
Not all of it.
Some surprises.
Yeah.
Ken can keep some surprises, can't he?
Yeah.
Hope so.
I'm going to go just down the whole table. I'm going to ask you about the rest of Celebration because there's so much going on across the whole show. If you had other favourite moments from the show.
Getting to see the new Star Wars figures from Hasbro and doing that panel was really good. Some really fantastic reveals. I'm not into video games anymore, I'm too old, but the video game reveals they had, friends, and the replies on social media have been fantastic about that, so people have really loved that, and that's a really good response. Some of the cosplays we've seen, if you check our Instagram, a friend sent me a video yesterday of a guy who'd done a Destroyer Droid cosplay. Find it on our Instagram. Oh my God, it's amazing. All the, fantastic cosplay, like these guys and stuff, absolutely wonderful. Every time we've been to 11 celebrations, you always see some amazing passion and ideas and thoughts behind it, and it's just wonderful. Star Wars isn't, as Elliot said, a convention, it's a celebration, and Star Wars is definitely a family.
Yeah. For me, it was the VR experience.
Oh, yes.
Really fun to do, despite the long queue. But there's a beautiful comic as well that comes with it, which is exclusive to the show. So you don't actually have to queue to go through the whole of the VR experience, because there is a lounge there as well. So go to the lounge, pick up the comic.
Keep it mint.
Yeah, it's beautiful and really enjoyable.
Yeah.
Mark?
Wow. I think, because normally I'm involved in doing the podcast stage, or we as a team are doing a table, and we decided not to do either this time round. So it's the first time I've had a chance to get out and do a show like a regular fan, which has been so refreshing. So I've done loads of great panels, but I would say the best thing is just catching up with people, seeing people that follow Fantha, follow Making Tracks, listen to or watch GMT or anything else that we do across all our sort of feeds, and folks sort of appreciating that, and just seeing friends that you only see once every 2 or 3 years at a show. And then
we went to Disney
all these
Sea.
UK reprobates dotted in the crowd. It's always nice to see them wave.
We went to Disney Sea and had somebody from South Korea come, and you guys Fantha tracks? We weren't even in the shirts.
Yeah.
And mine's down there. Well done, me.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm from South Korea. I love your content. And we're like, wow. And Star Wars is global, and it's just a family of good people.
Exactly that.
Yeah. Kyriana, have you had a good time at Celebration, and has there been a part of Celebration that you've really enjoyed?
Seeing that Ryan Gosling is going to be in Star Wars, I was going to go to the Mandalorian and Grogu panel, and I really wanted to see Pedro Pascal and Grogu, and then I saw Ryan Gosling go on, and I almost cried.
You did it before him, remember that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Jonathan, for you, a highlight from Celebration?
The real celebration of the friends made along the way.
You're so soppy.
I've met so many wonderful people in the queue or just waiting. I've talking to a family from Portland, Oregon yesterday, and I won't forget them. In terms of celebration itself, I think the animation panel, the 20th anniversary, was a sight to behold. We got to see Dave Filoni is always great to listen to. We got an early episode of Tales of the Underworld, which was fantastic, and then this Maul Shadow Lord, which as soon as it was, I had a little inkling because Dave had said, we always go back to George's ideas. So I don't know how many people know, but one of George's ideas for the sequel trilogy was that Darth Maul would be the big bad guy and that Darth Talon would be his apprentice for episode 7, 8, 9. So this show is essentially the original sequel trilogy storyline. Which sounds amazing. The artwork looks gorgeous. The production design, it looks fantastic. And so, and then Sam Witwer came out and did the whole, play it again. It was a great vibe. It was everything you want from a panel. It felt like a movie panel.
It did.
But it's a Disney Plus show. Yeah. Amazing. Although I do have a feeling this will be a special panel as well.
Yeah, this is the best panel and the earliest. Why did you call the show Good Morning Tatooine, Brian?
Just so we could get up really early in the morning. Another big thing that happened in Japan this week. Jonathan, do you want to tell them about what else you've been up to in Japan this week?
Yes. So, we landed in Tokyo on Sunday, and then on Monday, I proposed to my girlfriend, and we got engaged. Thank you. See, this was the plan the whole time. If I propose on Monday, she will let me do what I want with Star Wars, which has thankfully happened. So she is now at Disney Sea, and she doesn't care about any of this. And so at 3 o'clock, I will then go and meet her at Disney Sea.
So she's not your partner anymore, she's now your fiancé?
Now fiancé.
She said yes.
Got to get used to saying that.
Yeah,
really.
I kept it a secret. I had the ring for 18 months.
Really?
Yeah. I was fine. And then Japan felt like the right moment. So Thanks for being so kind.
Wonderful news.
Thank you. Thank
And when you could have done it at Echo Live. I mean, that would have been a real.
That would have been good. Well, my original idea was, I'll do it at Celebration, which she would not have enjoyed. And she would have said no.
Did you choose somewhere nicer?
Pardon?
Did you choose somewhere better for her?
Yeah, I found a little park in Tokyo, and there was some stepping stones. This country's gorgeous, so it worked out very well.
Yeah.
It's
a beautiful place.
Stunning. We love it. Thank you.
Yep. I'm going to hand the next section of the show across to you, Mark, for the making tracks section of the show. And but first, let's have a little reminder of Skeleton Crew.
What are you in for? What are you in for?
I found something buried in the woods.
Dad.
This is unacceptable. Do you understand?
What do you think it is?
Don't touch anything. What did you do?
We're lost. Really lost.
Stay together.
We just need some directions home.
Come on, kid. Pay up. Whoa! Where'd you two find an old Republic credit?
Over here, quick. I'll get you home. We'll make a partnership. But we have to move fast. I need you to take the controls.
Okay. Neil? Neil?
A crew of murderous pirates is coming.
Something's wrong.
They're not going to just turn up. We need to find them.
We're not alone down here.
Be warned of booby traps. Pirates and mountains where none dare to go.
If you hear this, don't give up. No matter what.
So we've spoke a couple of times. I'm going to move my mic a little bit so I'm looking at you. We spoke a couple of times on making tracks and a future issue of Star Wars Insider. And you did the press tour and spoke all about KB. But I think people want to hear a little bit about what you're about. So as an actress, who inspired you? What was the thing that really made you want to do this?
Well, I started in regional theater, and I've always been a singer. I loved like doing the school plays, and I just loved being on stage and performing. And really, it was like meeting people in theater and seeing just like their passion for what they do. I think that really inspired me to, move forward and get into this industry.
Do you remember the first play that you did? Can you remember?
I did A Christmas Carol, and I was Tiny Tim.
That's perfect.
It was a big thing for me because I cut like my hair so I looked a little bit more like a boy, and I had a crutch, and it was just awesome. I made so many friends on that set, and I made a best friend of mine who lives in Colorado right now, but it was awesome.
And what's the motivation? Being an actress, is it the performance? Is it meeting people? Is it learning things? What's the drive for doing it?
I think it's a combination of everything. I think for me, I love being different characters, and I guess making new characters, and just, I guess, playing whoever I want. Because you can't really do that in real life, and also like people can make costumes for me and I can look like KB, and it's just also fun. And I love meeting new people as well. And with Skeleton Crew, I became friends with just everyone on set, and we all just became like a really big family. We all had inside jokes with each other's nicknames, and it was wonderful.
What's your favourite movie? And you can't say Goonies. What's your favourite movie?
Oh my gosh, I have so many favorites. I think one of my favorites is actually a newer favorite. I love Fantastic Mr. Fox. It's like the
the animation
Yeah.
one.
Good choice.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, beautiful.
It always makes me laugh, and when I saw it for the first time, I know it's an older movie, but I saw Meryl Streep was in the cast, and I mean, I had to watch it.
That's a good choice. That's a very good choice. Now, Skeleton Crew. We can't not talk about Skeleton Crew. The worlds, there's some fascinating worlds. You go, KB, and you, go to some wonderful places. Tell us a little bit about the places that you went to. Which ones sort of caught your eye? I mean, they all caught your eye. They look fantastic. But which ones really sort of sang to you?
I love Lanupa. I think Lanupa was my favorite because you have the really fancy, beautiful hotel on the top of the cliff. And then at the bottom of the cliff, it's where all the trash is and the kind of beachy setting, along with the trash crabs, which are my favorite. And I think that was my favorite because I got to, they made the sets and the really fancy hotel room, and I got to actually jump on a really fancy big bed with all the other kids. And then I also got to die on the beach with the trash crabs watching me. And yeah, Lanupa was awesome. And then the episode starts out in At-Aten. And At-Aten was really cool because it's really sleek and kind of futuristic and modern. And I love modern, I love modern things.
Yeah.
And so that was really cool. I got to ride the hover bikes. It's one of the Jewels of the Republic. There's Akron, which was we thought it was At-Aten.
Yeah.
But it's kind of destroyed. It's a warlike planet.
That must have been a really weird place to go because you'd seen this beautiful At-Aten looking like suburbia. It's one thing that Chris and John said as they wanted to make suburbia. And then you go to Akron, which was just bombed out and a wreck. Yeah. But there were so many familiar things that you were seeing that KB and the other guys were seeing. That must have been really interesting to play in that sort of playground.
Yeah, because it was basically like a destroyed version of At-Aten. And so for the characters, it was like maybe they found the planet, like pirates or plunderers, and they destroyed it. And so it was a very big moment for the characters and also for us as actors because we got to be in the back lot, which was an outside set. And then some of the parts were on the big volume, which is like 100 feet tall, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's fascinating. Port Borgo. I think a lot of people, a lot of fans have been watching and reading stuff for a long time. We're really fascinated to finally get to a real busy, proper spaceport. You see the ships coming in, and then you guys get there and cause all sorts of havoc. How much fun was that to have the opportunity to run around and play in that location?
Borgo was so much fun. I think I met Jude Law one of the first days I was on Borgo, which was set on the volume, and it was insane the first day because there were multiple people wearing Star Wars costumes everywhere. They were walking up and down the streets by Crafty and the snack bar. They were all on the big volume. There were sound effects. There was the huge camera, a giant boom. And they made this entire practical set on the volume. And so it was super detailed. A little overwhelming.
I was going to ask that. You mentioned all those things, and I've never been on a film set, and that sounds like, whoa, you're a professional, but still, it's technically and all that stuff must have been really quite a thing.
It was shocking. And then seeing Jude Law just standing there in his costume and getting in the moment, it was a lot, but super fun. And then there was one scene where a guy throws up when you first see Borgo.
Yeah.
And he had to throw up so many times for the takes.
Oh.
And I felt so bad for him.
Please tell me that was special effects and they didn't just demand him to do that on
No.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was very
Was
realistic.
it like a mouthful of soup every time or something?
I think so. I didn't want to get too close. I was backing away.
Good choice. Did you get to try the nice snacks on the snack stand though?
Sorry?
Did you get to try the nice snacks on the snack stand?
I did.
You
They
did?
had these like little packaged like olives, and we would eat them in between takes all the time, me and the other kids. That was like our go-to snack. And then they also had rice cakes, which are really good.
You mentioned craft and stuff, the craft tables and all the food and stuff. Again, I've not been on a film set, maybe one day, but you live and eat and work in these places. Is the craft and the food as good as people say? I've always wanted to know.
It's good.
It is?
Yeah, it is good. They have a ton of options. So during lunchtime, they had like rice, chicken, beef, and they had different, I guess, types of food every day. Sometimes they had like miso soup, but they always had like 3 of the same things or so. But it was nice. We always got a little bit of a variety, which was good.
Now I know. I need to get into film. The food's good. The ferryman, Teak, his character that was seen in Battle for Endor way back when, and we see him return to ferry you guys from the Onyx Cinder actually onto the station. Was that CG or was that a puppet? How did they put that together?
He was a puppet.
Okay.
And like none of it was CGI. But, I mean, they CGI'd the puppeteer out.
Yeah.
But the puppeteer really made him like real, and the whole entire puppet was super realistic. It was like what you were seeing on the set, and it was really funny because he would like crawl up Ryan's arm, and we didn't know his name at the time. He was just like Port Guy, I think. And so we named him, me and the other kids agreed to call him Shabagaba, which is a very odd name, but it seemed
good name.
It seemed right in the moment. It seemed right.
We need to make that canon. That's a really good name. And when you've got a performer, was he in the green? Was he in like a green suit? What was he wearing to be painted out?
Honestly, I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure he was in some sort of like suit covered on his face.
So when you're performing, you're performing to the character, to the puppet.
Sweet.
So you're blanking out the guy in your mind. I mean, is that something you'd done before? Was it a first for you?
I mean, I've done it before where they'll have a camera in a certain place and then the actor will be off to the side, but I have to look at like a wall instead of the actor for like positioning. But this was definitely a different experience because they're like in bright blue or bright green and they're just standing there puppeteering. But it was kind of, I could kind of look at the puppet and just kind of blur the green guy out while acting, but honestly, it was lots of fun.
It sounds like you really find that side of it quite interesting, the technical, the process and all that side of it. Is that something that you're increasingly interested in? It seems to be something that's caught your ear. You sound really enthused by it.
Yeah, I mean, it's all really cool, just everything.
That's brilliant. Skeleton Crew, there's some really cool creatures in that show. Which one did you enjoy performing with the most?
In Borgo, there's a little fluffy orange cat-like creature. I think his name was Fluffball, and he was in like a little cage, and I really wanted to just grab him and give him a big hug out of the cage. But
That's the one from the Michael Jackson Captain
yeah,
EO.
I didn't realize at the time.
No.
But
the fans spotted it. We spotted it in the trailer and went, "Are you sure that?" It's like that's a really deep cut for old people like us who knew about that kind of ride.
Old people, Matt, come on, old people.
Right, like me, all you young ones. But yeah, it was beautiful bringing something from other part of George's work into the Star Wars galaxy. Right. There was some real nice things just brought in, and it makes it really, really nice. It just builds the rich world. And a beautiful creature. We haven't got a cuddly toy of it yet.
We need one of those.
We need a cuddly toy.
It was a puppet, and it was all there. It was barely any CGI. I mean, there was a puppeteer who was hiding behind like, the little table, puppeteering it, but he was so cute, and he had like big eyes, little nose, and he had these little wings, and it did not look like the wings could hold him.
No.
I think he was tied to the top of the cage, but he was. I booped him, and someone in the comments recognized that. And was like, "Oh my gosh, she booped him. She's just like me."
We need a booping fuzzball. That's what we need. That's the toy that needs to come out next.
Right?
Boop it on the nose and it makes a funny little noise.
We've come up with this idea collectively. We'll share the profits.
We'll chat with Hasbro for you.
You worked with some great directors on that show. And just to say, I adore Skeleton Crew. I think it's a phenomenal show, and everybody in it is brilliant. So, I'm assuming everybody enjoyed Skeleton Crew. Can we have a big round of applause for Skeleton Crew? You had some fantastic directors. You're a young actress, so was there something that a director at any point in the show said to you that really gave you an insight, gave you some extra sort of detail on what you need to do? Did a director really give you some great direction and steer in the right way?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I worked with some really amazing directors, but when I was filming episode 6, it's a very big episode for KB, and it was a very big moment for me because I was waiting through all the episodes for episode 6. And Bryce Dallas Howard directed that one, and I was kind of learning, how to speak up for myself on set, and I wanted to try out a different take. And Bryce, I remember asking her, and she was like, "Go for it." And those 3 words have just really stuck in my head on I should just try it out because who knows. And the take that I ended up trying out, they ended up using that in the episode. And so I'm glad that I spoke up for myself, and I went outside of my comfort zone and just tried something new.
Did you feel, because you're a younger actress and it's a busy set and there's all the other kids and everything that's going on, did you feel initially that you didn't want to put your hand up and suggest something? Was it Bryce that really said, "I want to hear your thoughts and hear your ideas"?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't sure what I could do and what my place was, because previously before that I was a recurring character on another show. I wasn't the main star, I guess. I wasn't sure what I could say and what I do, I guess. And I mean, Bryce really helped me out with that and helped my confidence.
KB, that episode, that's really where she comes into her own. And we do a weekly, on Making Tracks, we do a weekly reaction chat or reaction crew, as we call it for Skeleton Crew, about the show. And every week, me and Mark, my co-host, were saying, "Now, when's KB going to come to the fore? You were there, but we'd never really learnt that much about you." And it went on and on and on. And they left it just to the right point where you got your episode by the time everyone was clamouring to know more about KB. So as the actress behind the character, what do you think motivates KB? She's got a lot going on in life. She had the accident that she talks about. There's a lot of things associated with that. But what do you think motivates her to do the things that she does?
Well, she really just wants to protect her friends and help them out and help all of us get home. And I mean, everything that she does is just driven by that, by being a protector towards her friends, and really in helping Fern, because Fern's her only friend, and so she really values that friendship a lot. And so sometimes it's harder for her to speak up because she is, half cyborg. And like you mentioned, the accident, that wasn't something exactly in the script. It was more something that I created just so I could get a stronger idea of who she was going to be.
Did the directors give you more background, or the writers give you more background on your characters before you started working on it?
I mean, I'm not sure what I can say. I had a little paper list for each one of the directors, a big list for Bryce, and then a big list for John Watts. Yeah. And they answered, but really, I used the things in the scripts, but also just my imagination to make KB.
Yeah. I was going to say that must be interesting for you to pick out the bits that you think support where you want to take the character. Exactly. And great that the directors obviously have confidence in you as an actress that you can carry that through, because that episode was so, I think it was the most emotional episode. There were some emotional moments, but that one, when you realised that she'd had this trauma and that she kind of leaned on Fern almost as much as Fern leans on her, and you didn't quite realise that was the dynamic. Do you think KB admires Fern? Because I certainly think Fern admires KB but doesn't know how to show it.
Definitely. they're kind of like yin and yang.
Yeah.
Fern's the exact like opposite of KB. You know, she's strong. She stands up for herself. Pretty outgoing, I think. And I don't think KB realizes how much, I guess, Fern loves her and admires her back. And she's worried that, you know, if she speaks up for herself or changes everything, it might like mess up the balance between them.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You mentioned how much you became friends with the other cast. Did that make it easier or harder when it was like a really emotional scene or a scene where you were arguing and fighting with each other almost?
Could you say that one more time? I'm sorry.
Getting to be friends with the cast, your fellow cast members. I'll say it on the mic, it would be helpful on the podcast. Being with your fellow cast members, getting to know them as friends, the people you work with, did that make it easier or was it helpful when you were doing those emotional scenes?
It was helpful because, you know, they've been in the industry for a while, longer than me, and so they knew when, you know, to support me, but also when to, I guess, step back and let me be in the moment. And a lot of us actors call it like the moment before and the moment after. So like the moment before would be like getting into the moment, seeing where you are, feeling what you're going to feel in the scene before the scene starts. And it was really great because we formed that connection even before. Oh no.
We've got a critic.
Yeah. Yes. But we really formed that connection even before we started filming because we did all these like bonding things before. And so.
You mentioned the chemistry test when we spoke before.
Yes.
How that all worked.
And everything was on Zoom, the callback, the chemistry read. And so it's like when you're on Zoom and when you're online, sometimes it's hard to read people, I guess. And when you're acting, you really have to feel the energy from them and like look into their eyes, I guess, and connect with them. And so that was a little bit difficult.
But you've definitely made friends for life with the four.
Definitely, yeah.
How was the press tour? Did you have fun traveling the world? Was that a new experience for you?
It was lots of fun.
Yeah.
We met a lot of people, and we were all. I'm so glad we all did it together.
Yes.
And because when we were tired, we would like hug and support each other, be like, let's keep going, we got this.
What I want to know is when you got back to the hotel room on the press tour, did you all jump up and down on the bed like you did in episode 6?
No.
You so should. I did. I broke the bed. You should do
We
it.
passed out. We were tired.
A good actress never tells, Mark.
That's very true. That's very true. You mentioned nicknames and sort of inside jokes on the set earlier, but you never told us any of the nicknames or inside jokes. And you've got to give us at least one.
So we had like fruit names for everyone on the crew and for each other. Ryan was rye bread, Ravi was ravioli, Robert was Robster, and I was kiwi, and John Watts was Johnny Jam, and Jude Law was Juice Law.
You can use all of the names. Come on,
Yeah.
I really want to work on a film set now. I want to know what my nickname would be. You don't have to think too hard.
Okay.
I'm worried now. I wish I hadn't asked. I'm quite nervous.
Let me see. Wait, guys, let's brainstorm.
Oh, okay.
Let's see.
I'll sit this one out. Okay.
Okay. Mash. Wait, do we have any more suggestions?
What would your food name for Mark Newbold be?
The Cookie Monster.
Thank you.
Wow.
I'll take that.
So then what would Brian's name be? The Count. He's an accountant.
You clearly had a lot of fun making this show, and it feels, again, as a professional and moving forward in your career, that you took a lot from the process of making it, along with, as John said, making friends along the way, which is always a bonus for anybody. Tell us a funny moment that happened on set, something that just tickled you and made you laugh.
So during Halloween, everyone came dressed up as like different things for set. And when I walked on set, there's a prop guy named Moose, and he was dressed up as KB, and he's like a 60-year-old man, and he has like white silver hair, and he had like a jumpsuit on. He had like a strand of purple hair. He had like a visor. He had everything and a belt. And he told me that everyone, the hair and makeup, the costume department, the props department, they all pitched in to make his outfit secretly
Wonderful.
behind my back. And it was crazy.
Now I want to role play or cosplay as KB. I think that sounds like the coolest thing ever. I'm not 60, by the way, but I'm on my way. That's been brilliant. Any more things you'd like to tell us about your experiences? I mean, here in Japan, is this your first time in Japan?
Yeah, it's my first time in Japan, and I've wanted to go to Japan for forever. Like, since I was born and I saw Hello Kitty, I wanted to come here. But it's been so wonderful. Everyone here is so amazing and nice, and thank you everyone for coming out and being here.
Yeah. It's been wonderful talking to you. I'm glad we've done it again. It's our third interview.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
time.
We're on a roll. We'll do it
Yeah.
again sometime.
Definitely.
But for now, big round of applause for Kyriana.
Keep up to date with the latest Star Wars news each and every day on FanthaTracks.com. You can also find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Tumblr, and Pinterest at FanthaTracks. And be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and follow FanthaTracks TV to be alerted to new content and be a part of our live shows.